Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna talk about I feel so lonely. I was thinking for a while and I realized that I'm so lonely for a long time and I couldn't find a life partner here. I was just staying at the Burger King and just watching and observing the people. I was just watching a clerk on the just talking with the customers, and he hasn't got any ring on his fingers, and also he didn't get married, also as well other candidates. And if you're working in a Burger King or McDonald's as a staffer or as a staff, probably your life is really hard because you need to deal with the people and you need to talk with them. Well, if you go to another country as an immigrant, you need to do this kind of shitty jobs, and people will going to behave you like another human being. Is life is like that? Exactly. If you are just surpassing after your 20s, probably life is getting worse and worse for you. People just watching you as a bullshit, and they are trying to underestimate you. If you didn't get any success in your life, probably your life is going to be hard. Actually, I have realized and explored new YouTubers on the internet, and they were just trying to make YouTube videos online, and they couldn't find another audience, exact audience. Therefore, they quit from their YouTube videos and they couldn't be successful. You know, I'm just trying to make YouTube videos. I was just watching my analysis and I hit the 100k watching hours and 715 subscribers, and in 5 months, I'm not sure whether I'm a successful YouTuber or not. But the one thing is true. I was just searching on the internet. I'm living here. Nobody's taking care of me. Nobody's watching me. Everybody's thinking about their business, and everybody's thinking about the handsome guys and rich guys. You know, it wasn't fucking wild for a while. And I was just watching some news on the Instagram, and I realized that there were some girls, and they are going to Dubai, and they are from Ukraine or Russia, and they were just starting to just posting their bios like I'm a independent woman and I have my own company, etc. But actually there's sitting the ugly man's dick, and they are just sucking their ugly man's dicks in the Dubai, mostly the Arab sheikh's dick, and they are trying to say we are independent, and they are using the drugs in order to just in order to just not remember this shitty stuff. Well, and also I was just seeing that, and they were just complaining about Indians are so angry for that. No, they are not angry, because you guys are selling yourself for the money. It's two different things, and you are being a slave for the money, and they are not being slave. If you be a slave for the money, after that your life will be bad. And whenever you just get in a hardship conditions, you are trying to sell yours identification, and you are giving your body to rich men, and you are trying to be happy with that, and you call yourself independent. Well, it's not an independent position. If you are a girl and you are making money in this way, and you are just opening OnlyFans on the Instagram and other social medias, and you call yourself independent woman. Well, probably someone's come up and just criticize you. And you cannot say that I'm an independent woman and have an OnlyFans. You know, if you have an OnlyFans, nobody will going to take care about you, and nobody will going to date or marry with you. Even your marriage will gonna last. Maybe you can be happy in that way, but at the end, your station, your life will be really hardships. You know, if you prefer this way, probably your life will end up as a suicide. You can just get the fame, you can get more money, but at the end, this kind of stuff won't satisfy you. For example, you can just turn into a real black, and you can just quit from that industry, and you can live your new life at the Malaysia, and you call yourself as an independent woman. Well, nothing is true here. Actually, I was also saying to you for a long time, I wish I had a girlfriend before, but I didn't have a girlfriend, and I feel myself very lonely in this universe. I was recording YouTube videos, I was searching about the philosophical stuff, but actually I want to be honest, like I really don't like it, you know. Most YouTubers are just selling you to lies, and they're just calling it, we really like the philosophy videos and we don't want to make money. I was just watching YouTube videos from a philosophical way, and he was just asserting that he was a philosopher, but no, he is just selling his t-shirts on the internet, and he's calling to more people, you guys can buy it, and it's my t-shirts. Like, you know guys, if I be a famous, probably I will also start my business as a t-shirt seller, and I will just call the people, you guys can take it, or if you don't like it, my t-shirts like my name, you can just change on it. Like, everybody is different, okay? But it's bring you good money. If you just bring the money, probably people will come up with you. If you are poor, if your pockets are empty, probably people won't going to interest with you. I'm not sure how the people just can can create a family, how they can build a family, because I'm alone for 25 years. It's a very long time, because I'm not very handsome enough. I feel myself very ugly, and that's the reason why I'm just sitting here as a lonely bird and as a lonely wolf. Maybe I can call myself wolf, maybe someone is calling myself as a lonely trash, and maybe another thing, so maybe a lonely bird or a lonely eagle. I don't know, there are a lot of things to do. I'm not, I love myself, but the one thing is true here. People are really different in this universe. Some people just can make their dreams come true, while some of them not. I have always wanted to go to Japan, hang out with the girls, and trying to live life in Japan, but it didn't happen. Mostly, I was so alone, even my childhood years, high school years, and university years. Nobody came up and interested with me. The basic reasons was the lack of the money, lack of the popularity, lack of the fame. If you are famous, probably going to interest you. Otherwise, you'll be a normal standard guy on the streets, and you haven't any ring on your arms, and people were going to just fuck their five girls, and you were just like stink and just praying a YouTuber subscribers here like me. Well, everybody is different in this universe, right? As I said before. I'm not sure whether I'm a successful person or not, but the success as a definition is so different. There are a lot of variety here. Some people just define the success as a money, some people as a family, some people describe it as a fame. Everyone is describing the success in a different way. Is there racism in this world? Exactly. If you are rich and you can just you can surpass the racism. People just generally asking you how many subscribers you have on your channel. If you have a less subscriber from the 1,000, probably people not going to interest with you, and people say you aren't got any leadership, and you cannot manage 1,000 people. How you can manage me, etc. The girl's expectation is getting bigger and getting tougher, right, day by day, and the competition is really fierce. Sometimes I feel like why I'm just getting into this competition, why I'm meddling with that. Well, is there any basic reason? Under this circumstance, finding a piece is really hard. I was just making rap videos on the internet. I really liked it. I was also just making the Japanese conversation videos, but also people didn't like it. And also I was checked watching hours, and my Turkish videos have getting more views because I'm Turkish, and most Turkish community wants to watch videos. I was okay for that, but also I will continue and pursue the record videos in English language. Also I want to just develop my skills. Also I want to attract more people from all the universe. If you have born in a poor class family, life is really hard for you and nobody is interested with you. I was thinking in a Burger King, and I have watched a lot of people, they have partners, and I was watching them and I couldn't find any solution for myself. If you are ugly like me and nobody's come up and talking with you, and you are just staying single and you are being away from society, sometimes this awakeness and this away makes my dream really hardships. Because if anything bad happen in the Turkish society or the Turkish culture, I don't feel myself belong to Turkish culture. Therefore, I no longer feel myself Turkish. You know, this country didn't offer me anything, and therefore I haven't got any any idea for this country. If this country falls or this country just grow, I don't give a shit about it. Why? Because people here are just suffering, and I'm also suffering being loneliness, and nobody came up and is talking with you. Well, because it is very simple. If you are poor, probably nobody interested with you. You are not rich enough, and people don't care about you. You are not ugly. You are not handsome. You are not rich. And this kind of circumstances affect me a lot, and this competition make my dreams really decrease. And sometimes I feel like maybe I need to give up my dreams and just try to live an ordinary life and just get used to it. But I feel like I shouldn't just get used to this. You know, I was watching a lot of YouTubers from Japan and from States. I really don't like the States a lot, but I really like the Japan, because in Japan and people have more flexibility and they are just traveling all the world. You know, I was just dreaming of living in Shinjuku, living in Roppongi and talking with the new friends, but there are a lot of European people there, and they don't want to hire the Turkish people to their communities, and they think like the Turkish are very different, and they are say it like they are not from us. Well, it is understandable, because here in Turkey the situation is really bad, and every time these bad things are happening. Yesterday I was just checking the news, the famous YouTuber who his name is Hakan, and he just threw a vaso to his employee, and it got viral here, and I didn't talk about it a lot, and I couldn't make a video about it. Yeah, because if you want to just make a video about the viral topics on the YouTube, and YouTube likes you a lot, and they are recommending your videos more. But on the other hand, you are losing your identification, you are losing your identity. Because, for example, let's think about the Instagram. I have opened the Instagram, I was just checking the Instagram famous viral Instagram videos content creators. I checked them. Some of the Instagram content creators are just doing the same stuff and just giving the same advertisements. They are putting the same advertisements, and people not watching. Like, I can show you how you do the invest, and you can do an invest that way. This reclam, this advertisement is putting and all around today, all around the week, and people just getting bored of it. But the content creator is still continuing, just trying to get his channel grow. But he's selling the same content every fucking single day, and I really get bored of it. Well, actually, I'm just also hoping for hope, and there is no hope in my life. You know, my life is really passed in a singularity and the hardships. People didn't come up and just talk with me, and trying to find income is hard. People here are suffering, the inflation is a skyrocket, and people don't talk with each other in Turkey because these people here have tendency to talk with their high school or the childhood friends, and therefore making a friend is not easy for me, because my thoughts, my mindset is different from other people. Because even I try to speak with the people, their mindset, their expectation from life are different than me, because nobody's want to live in Japan, nobody's trying to just pursue master's degrees and abroad. But if I want to be a world-class citizen, probably I need to do that. In Turkey, nobody's have tendency to learn the languages, because they are only struggling with the financial issues, and every time they are complaining about why we are struggling as a financially, Actually, I'm saving up the money to go to Japan. Actually, I went to Taiwan and tried my chance there, but I couldn't be successful. Why? Because in Taiwan, just finding a job was so hard for me, and I'm just expecting the new scholarships, and just if I get invitation from a school, it will be okay for me, because I also need to just pay money for the school, approximately $5,000, and this is giving the financial stability, financial sponsorship. But as I mentioned that before, even I got the financial sponsorship, it's hard, because if you compare yourself with the island, and if you go to the island, life is really different. Like in the island, the officers is working less and they are getting more. The parties are so different from each other. People do not have tendency to just stick with their jobs, and they can easily leave their jobs. In Turkey, if you leave your job, it's hard for you just finding a new job. And the girls have a high level of expectation here, and mostly people really like the rich man rather than as a poor man here. I feel myself while I'm living in Turkey, sometimes I'm just thinking about this going for another nation, just fight for them and die for them. Living here is really shitty, my struggles are many, my allies is less. My fees, my foes are so much, but my allies is less. Therefore, my life is not very good in this position. I'm just jealous of the other people. I was just using the Instagram, but I closed it because I'm watching the other people on the internet. They are living the best of their lives. They are hanging out with the new people. They are going to yacht, luxury autos, and look am I? I'm living in a third-class country, just comparing myself with the first-class country members, and when I go to there, probably they will look me as a underdeveloped identification, and they won't give me a job. Probably I need to struggle there too. I need to create my own doner or kebab shop there. Well, it is understandable, but these topics really make me feel into the temper. Why? Because every time I need to just feel or achieve something in my life, but my struggles isn't end yet, and just finding a solution, just create a business is not easy. Just assume a builder of the Nokia, 3360, 3360 Nokia 3360. No, 3310. Nokia 3310. Yeah, this number of the mobile phone? Yeah. It was very famous, and the Nokia creators said that we did everything correctly, but we couldn't be successful. And some of the people just commented that, yeah, the one mistake is doesn't know your mistake. That's a great answer, and that's a great quote from the Nokia CEO. Well, as I mentioned that before, if you are just build a company and you need to understand, you need to just build up and you need to just give the people what they need. You shouldn't give the people what you want to need, what you want to give. You need to give to people what they need rather than just giving to people what you want to give. Well, there are two different topics here, and I'm just seeing the two of girls just sitting in front of me and they're talking to each other. But I am here just still lonely because, as I mentioned, that the competition is really getting into the fierce. Some people just win about this competition, and some of them just losing on it. It is really 50-50 sometimes. I was dreaming of just going to abroad and just creating new life. I have applied the scholarships many times, but I just realized that I'm from a third class and a low economically stabilized country, which is Turkey, and therefore it's getting acceptance really hard, and they see me as a Middle East and they think that I'm still just riding on a camel. Well, there's no camel here, guys. I'm living in a third class country, which I didn't choose it. Well, sometimes we don't choose it, we need to continue our lives or struggles. Maybe you can watch a Rio Hama, maybe you can watch Zoya languages and try to speak on their different languages. Maybe you can try to famous on the internet. If you are beautiful enough, if you are handsome enough, your chance is higher rather than me. If you are ugly enough, probably your chance is less, brother. I will say it correctly. People mostly just want to see masculine or the rich man on the internet rather than just a poor and an ordinary guy. Well, some people really like the ordinary guy. If you're a Korean, your chance is better. You know, there are lots of Korean movies on the top, and it's selling on the internet. People just trying to live in Korea and Japan. Therefore, just they are trying to watch the content creators from Japan or Korea. Well, they have more chance. I was seeing a lot of content creators. They are coming to Turkey from Korea. Maybe I was forgot her name. I won't say her name, but she was just sitting here and she was just doing a content creator. Now she became a very, very, very famous bitch, and she's trying to show her ass and her pussy on the internet, and she's trying to sell herself as a human being. Well, everybody is going to that place. You know, if you are a single popper, you can get the sex service easily and you can sell yourself on the internet. Well, the Korean people here coming here and they are starting to just make a content creation, and they are getting more attraction from the Turkish community, and they think like we are Turkish, like etc. Even the Japanese people or the Korean people, they are coming here and they are asserting that we are the Turkish. Oh my fucking gosh! And the Turkish people are just coming here helping them because they see like, oh, we are the helper for the abroad or the foreign people rather than just our community or the Turkish people. That's the reason why I lost my Turkish identification here. Well, nobody gives a shit about my Turkish identification, I know, but as I mentioned, it's my channel. If you don't interested, get out from my channel. I don't have to be just assert you whether I need to understand the Turkish identification or not. I don't care whether you accept me or not, because I will be here as long as I can. Because my idea is gathering more people, just make them collaborate with my struggles. You know, if people like my struggles, my energy, people will give a subscription button, like the button, give a comment, and I can grow my channel rapidly, and also I can leave Turkey and not coming back again. If I need to go to another country, probably I need to save up money and I need to pay money. Well, the competition is really fierce, as I mentioned that before, and in this way, if I want to be more forward, and probably I will be forsaking my destiny. My destiny is not very good, and my fate is very anxious. I don't think like my fatal is written in a good way. I don't know how I will gonna die, but I know one thing, and just keep continuing to my growth. Sometimes I'm struggling a lot. I was just writing a book and I couldn't finish any kind of verse, but I'm just continuing to make my book right, and also I'm just trying to write a novel and about a book about skepticism and deism. It's very better, like, you know, if someone is watching my videos and if they are buying my books, probably I will be so happy for that. Like, writing a book about deism is really good, but skepticism is better than deism. You know, skepticism, there is more conceptual clarity, conceptual popularity, rather than the deism. Okay, you should write a book about deism. Who's gonna pay it? I think skepticism has more dominance rather than deism. And deism is very popular, and also other ideas popular as well. But I prefer to just write a book about skepticism and just try to make the people believe on skepticism or deism. It's better. And if I want to create a community, if I want to be famous, if I want to be independent, probably I need to just defend the idea. For example, some people defending atheism, some people defending agnosticism, and some people defending the Christianity, some people defending Muslim. Everybody is trying to belong to somewhere, and they are trying to make decisions about their belief, about their beliefs, and they are trying to be famous while they're selling their books. Even they say the opposite. Yeah, I'm not selling books, I'm not here for the fame or money, I'm just trying for my best because it's my hobby. Nothing is true, nothing is true, brother. If you get the money, probably after this event, probably you are getting guilty too, because you are gaining money. If you are gaining money, someone is losing money. You know, it's like, you don't understand, it's a fucking broker change. Yeah, broker change. It's like the broker market. It's a chain market, you know. Some people just getting success on this market and some people cannot. You know, YouTube is a marketplace. Everybody's trying to get views. They are trying to do the shorts, and some people just can get watch, and people just trying to be coordinate with them, and to people trying to share their ideas with them. If you're just watching Kanal, probably you have a chance to watch me, and you need to understand my struggles. I have just analyzing my viewers on the internet, mostly the unsubscriber people watching my content rather than the subscribers, and also the male dominance is more than the female dominance. The female dominance is like the 30%, and the male dominance is 70% on my channel. It's a very great numbers of that. I was just struggling and sweeping next on the Instagram, just flying into the new content. So I got bored of this swiping my Instagram, and I tried to be famous here. You know, I was watching them, I was just watching the two girls, and then the three of the bakazo is just came up with the girls, and they are trying to stay with that, and they are trying any attention from the girls rather than just waiting that. Why? Because the girls won't give attention to these bakazos, and because they are very poor, and I can just analyze their smells. They are using the Samsung, you know. And also the girls should continue the conversation. If a girl starts to deal with a guy who is called Keko, probably the Keko guy will going to speak with them, and they're just making just they're trying to just giving some words. Hey, how are you? What's going on? Like, etc. But the girls won't interest with that. Probably, if you're a girl sitting on the bank alone, probably all the males will approach you, and they will sit near to you, and they will await an invitation from you. You know, mostly girls is like it, and they have more opportunities just choosing a man. I'm a man sitting on the park, and my opportunities are really less. You know, if I compare myself with the other people, and I haven't got any great BMW car and just the money, and after a while, I know maybe 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later, the girls will going to stand up, and they will get out from that bank, and they will go to another bank rather than just three people. You know, everyone just like, I want to show you guys, maybe you can just understand, and like, you know, this maybe you guys stop it and you can understand it. You know, I was just thinking about it, and maybe it's better, like, you know, I was watching it, probably if you guys stop it, you can understand, you know, that I couldn't just make them. Hey, I don't know, maybe my shortage is full. Is it finished? My shortage is full, guys. Maybe it's recording or not, but I will also just finish this conversation after 1 minute or 2 minutes later. But if you guys listening my words, whether this from this transmitter or not, I want to say it so correctly. And then this three people will going to away from that, and the girls will going to stand up, and maybe I have a time to show you the guys the last position, because they won't interest, and these girls won't interest with these people because they are very poor. I can understand, because they are using the Samsung. Well, if you're using the iPhone, you have more chance. No, you need the car if you have more chance. And here there's a police department there, and people are watching because we are at the city center, and it is very different. As I mentioned that before, life is not really what I expected before. People are struggling, I am struggling, just find a life partner here and just life. My life didn't what I expected before. I was just reading a lot of novels in my childhood, and if I wanted to remake my childhood, I will say probably you need to create a business and open a YouTube channel rather than just watching the books. And on the internet, you had more chance rather than just reading someone else's book. Well, you need to write a book before you die, because people need to remember you. You know, the YouTube videos don't stay on the internet for a long time, and the people prefer to watch the contents and read the books rather than just watching the contents. Because some contents, if you record your videos, is better. You know, if you are just a artist like me, I have bought it on Amazon and it was cost like 5,000 Turkish liras, and I bought it double. Oh my goodness, am I rich? Not exactly enough, but I am also just saving up the goals in order to go to the Japanese language school. But as I mentioned, that I need more money. I was to buy another microphone. I didn't like my Shure microphone. Maybe NT Rode USB mic is better than just the fucking Rode. You know, I'm using also XLR cable in order to make more audience, but XLR cable isn't just different from the USB cable. On my opinion, yeah, there's a small difference, like pitch accent, but the USB microphone is also I want to try it, and I will try my best in order to get this microphone. It's better, like, you know, you are just putting the USB and just continue to speak rather than just speak. But also the webcam is so important. The webcam is better. When I bought a very successful webcam, which is Logitech HD.K, but HD 4K, but it is better to buy the Mixperia. Yeah. So this video will be end here, and I just said my struggles. I was watching the Japanese idols groups on the internet, the underground idol groups, and they are trying to collect more people to their contents, and they are trying to continue to bend. They can easily find a partner. If you are a YouTuber and if you are famous enough, you can easily find a partner and you can live your dream life rather than just like me. I'm just coming to my house every day and I'm just complaining about because my house is not very good enough, and also I'm just comparing myself with the other people, and my life is really shitty pity here. I really don't like my life. I hope I can go to Japan or Korea and maybe I can find a girlfriend there and I don't have to come back here again, because here the competition is really skyrocketing and fierce, and probably I couldn't get used to this competition, and I feel myself very unhealthy here, and I really don't like my life either. Thank you for watching me till now. Give a like or comment and subscription button if you like me enough. So see you on next video. I hope I can be a travel influencer in the near future. Also just finding my next girlfriends. I really want to make a 1,000 girlfriends. Yeah, I'm really rich. Hello guys. Goodbye guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next video.